Hello, welcome back to the podcast. Happy 2026. I am recording this in like a tiny sliver that I have at home. We are still in the thick of summer holidays, and oh my God, trying to work with both kids at home is wild. What I want to talk about in our first episode of Not Another AI Girl podcast this year is what I think this year it's going to look like for AI in business. So buckle up. 2025, that was the year we saw everyone jumping on the ChatGPT train. So everyone got really excited. Everyone started using AI to write their captions, their emails, content, copy, and it felt like magic. Here's what also happened. AI slop became the word of the year, literally. So people are tired. They're scrolling past content that all sounds the same. They're kind of clocking the B-roll with AI generated captions. Whether or not this is even like a conscious thing, a lot of people's engagement has just tanked. People are pushing back on AI and AI content. So what does that mean for 2026? I think this means that lazy AI use isn't just ineffective anymore. It's actually going to actively damage your brand. So if you're still thinking about AI as the thing that writes my captions, I love you, but you need to be thinking broader than that. So today I'm going to share all of my predictions for AI in 2026, what I think is going to change, what's overhyped, and where the real leverage is going to come from for businesses. So let's get into it. All right, so let's start with 2025 and what happened. So everyone was like stoked. Everyone was jumping on the ChatGPT bandwagon. So I spoke at an event at the start of 2025, January 2025, and people were just like, the group was like half and half, I reckon. Some people had open chat, some hadn't. By the end of 2025, that room, I reckon there would have been 90% of people using ChatGPT or some variation of a large language model. So at first, this was incredible. You know, you could show up online without spending hours writing. You could finally just pump content out. It felt like a superpower. But what happened was everyone did the same thing. So everyone used the same tools, the same prompts, the same templates, and suddenly everything started sounding the same. I'm talking no fluff. Oh gosh, what are some of the other ones that I'm seeing? Of course, I'm drawing a blank right now. Anyways, everyone started sounding the same. Brands lost their personality. Content became generic and audience started noticing. And AI slop became the word of the year. That's not me being dramatic. That's literally what happened. Merriam-Webster's dictionary named that AI slop of the year, word of the year. People are fatigued. So they are scrolling past the B-roll with the AI captions. And you can see this, like the structure's all the same. They're unfollowing accounts that used to feel human, now beige. I actually had someone send me recently website copy and they're like, oh my God, this brand used to be amazing. And like, look at this now, it's lost its soul. So my prediction is this pushback is only going to get stronger in 2026. What that means is if you're showing up authentically, like actually you, your voice, your perspective, you're going to stand out more than ever. And look, it's not because AI is bad. It's just because everyone's using it now and they're kind of using it lazily. So that doesn't mean that AI doesn't have a place. It absolutely does. But if your entire strategy is to just get AI to come up with content ideas or write captions for you, that's not strategy. That's not AI strategy. That's just what everyone is doing. It's easy, it's accessible, but it's not going to work for 2026. So here's another prediction that might piss some people off. So in 2026, it's going to be harder to convince people, whether that's clients, employers, whoever, that you're the right person for them. unless you can show them some really solid examples of your work and how you think. Critical thinking skills in 2026, they've always been a valuable skill, but I just see them becoming even more valuable. So the reason is everyone can use AI now, right? Like it is so accessible. And that's one of the beautiful things about this. But it also means that it's not a differentiator anymore. So you saying like, oh yeah, I use AI means nothing. What does matter is being able to say, here's how we use it, or here's how I use this, and here's what differentiates us. Here's our AI strategy. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're a marketing agency pitching to a client. Agency A says, yeah, we use AI to create content faster. The client's probably thinking, great, they're just using ChatGPT and they're going to charge me for it. Agency B says, we use AI to scrape competitor content, identify outlier posts that are performing 10 times above average. AI analyzes these patterns and we use these insights to inform our strategy. Then our team, actual humans who understand your brand, create the content and use their knowledge, their marketing strategies to create that content or that content strategy for you. Which one are you hiring? It's B, all day, every day, right? So it's not about denying that you use AI, but it's showing clients, employers that use it in a way that strategic leverage still requires human skill and strategy. And so the businesses that will win in 2026 are the ones who can articulate their AI edge, not just we use it, but here's how and here's why that matters for you. That's going to be huge, like that in itself. If you know how to do that, that is a huge skill. And if you know how to articulate that to potential clients, mate, you are set for 2026. All right, here's the next take that I feel really strongly about. So I think that the biggest mistake businesses made in 2025 was thinking AI could replace highly skilled people. We saw this with like mass layoffs and then people rehiring. So here's what I think actually works: augmented work with AI. So getting highly skilled people upskilled in AI so they can do their jobs faster, better, with more leverage. I spoke at a conference last year alongside Microsoft and HubSpot and Canva, and there were like a lot of developers in the room. And you know what they said? They were like, we're not going to be out of a job, but really good developers are shipping code so much faster now with tools like Claude Code. Predict that if you are highly skilled using AI, you're going to be highly valuable. I also am seeing this trend of kind of beginners being able to advance their skills with AI. It's the people that are mediocre and mid that are going to have the most trouble, because AI is a mirror, and so it can only reflect back to you. If you're a beginner and you are like, can you help me learn this skill? It's going to get you probably to like that mid-average point, but that's better, right? Like you're better off. Someone mid can't go act like a top 0.1% branding strategist and do this thing for me. Like it's just mirroring back stuff. Whereas someone who's like, I'm like trying to pull branding strategy out of my ass. I need Liv on this podcast. You like someone who has inherent knowledge, deep understanding, strategy, a skill set, and is like, AI, let's do this together. Let's collaborate. They are going to be able to iterate, create things on a much better scale and a lot faster. And that is a huge opportunity. So it's not replacement. Like it's not replacing those humans with AI. It's amplification of those humans with AI. So highly skilled people with AI. Amazing combination. So I've worked with marketing agencies where I have upskilled their team. And what happens? They don't fire people. They get more done better work, faster turnaround, and happier clients. So my prediction in 2026, the businesses that invest in upskilling their team, actually training them to use AI strategically, are going to see insane leaps. And the ones trying to replace skilled humans with ChatGPT, yeah, we all know how that plays out. They're going to fall behind. They're going to do a scramble for rehiring. So what I suggest is if you have someone on your team who's interested in AI, they're curious about it, excited by it, invest in them, get them trained. That's your competitive advantage. Like, you could have one or two AI operators on your team. They understand your team, the operations so well. You could bring in someone like me, we train them, and then they have the skill set to create specific tools for your business, dashboards that don't take like weeks, months to set up. That, you know, if something needs changing, you can just iterate with AI, teaching them skills like vibe coding with Loveable, Claude code, that sort of thing. Like that becomes your competitive advantage. And then also you can retain these people because you've spent time upskilling them. They've obviously got a passion and interest for this stuff. And that is a lot of goodwill right there, because not every employer is going to do that. So if you can kind of give those people that opportunity, you will retain them too. So if lazy content creation isn't the play with AI anymore, where is the leverage aside from what I've just spoken about? I want to introduce a concept to you, and you probably heard this, maybe you haven't, but it's the AI operating system. So most businesses in 2025 were using AI apps like open ChatGPT, do a thing, close it, disconnected, manual, one task at a time. So an AI operating system is different. It's when AI is embedded into how your business actually runs. So what does that look like? Well, first, we start with things like automated workflows. So things that trigger without you. So I use N8N for this. It runs my membership backend, my content workflows, like all of it. So I'm not opening ChatGPT and copying and pasting. This system just runs. Yes, I do still open ChatGPT, but it's for like ad hoc things, whereas these systems are set up and run in the background for me. Custom tools built for your specific needs. So this is where tools like Loveable, Bolt, Base 44, Replit, Claude Code come in. So these are low cost, no code tools where you or someone in your team can build things yourself specific to your business. So it's not an off the shelf solution that kind of fits, something designed exactly for how you work, because you can create it with like language. Like you can just describe what you want. There is some nuance in that. Like there is a craft to creating and prompting. But essentially, if you can kind of just get clear on what you want built and then just speak that into the AI, it does a pretty good job. So third is client-facing tools that elevate the experience. Think like dashboards, interactive deliverables, resource hubs, ways of presenting information that wow your clients. This is a huge differentiator and almost no one is doing it. As an example, I have a workflow set up that when I do corporate training, take the meeting notes, create a resource related to the topic that we have covered with a no-code tool, and then present their training materials and all of the stuff that they get post-training in this really beautiful interactive format for them using Claude Code. And it is chef's kiss. It's got all of my branding all over it. It just gives this really nice feel. And like, again, that's not creating more work for me because I am having that training with them and it's just the transcription and it just AI does its thing and presents it in a really nice format for them. So using AI to look at data, spot trends, find insights, that you'd never have time to do manually, like at scale. If data is a large part of your work and you're not using AI in an operating system kind of way, like, workflows, having this run, pull the data in, spot the trends, find, outliers or insights, and then give you that summary. If you're having to manually copy and paste all that stuff, there is a much better way to do that in setting this stuff up to run. Maybe it runs once a month, once a week, that sort of thing. So this is my prediction for what's going to explode in 2026. So I'm literally using Whisperflow right now for all of my emails, catching up with like memberships, responses in the Slack channel, talking through ideas, and then I can have that transcribed in real time. It's so much faster to iterate, brainstorm, think out loud. So yeah, voice interfaces are going to change how we work. Yeah. So the shift is from I use AI to AI runs through my business. So that's what that kind of AI operating system mindset is. Oh, and I got to talk about it. So one thing on AI agents, everyone's hyped about agents. And yes, they are cool. They look really cool. And you can be like, woo, I've connected its brain. But honestly, I still think they're a bit overhyped now. I don't know where this will go in 2026. It could make quite a good leap. So for most businesses, simple, effective automations still have so much untapped leverage. So what I will say is don't skip the fundamentals of, mapping workflows just to chase the shiny thing of the AI agents. All right, so what am I doing in 2026 with my own AI strategy? So I am doubling down on this podcast. So I want to be known as one of the top AI educators and consultants. Not because I chase every tool, but because I help people use this stuff strategically without the tech overwhelm. So if you obviously are listening to this podcast, a few ways that you can support me and subscribe and review this podcast. Oh, I hit 500 downloads. I just got an email from Buzzsprout the other day saying that I've hit 500 downloads. And I started this at the end of the year. I am so stoked with that. So thank you so much for listening to this podcast. This is a really nice way that I can connect with you, share knowledge at scale. Thank you for tuning in. If you've got a team and you want to build that AI operating system, you want to upskill someone, you want to have an AI operator on your team, or you want one or two people, someone who can use N8N, build custom tools, create these beautiful client-facing dashboards and experiences, reach out and we can chat about training or consulting. If you are a solo founder or you want to DIY, I've got an AI Dream Team training workshop coming up in February. I'll drop the link in the show notes. That's it from me. I am doubling down on the podcast content this year, YouTube. Yeah, and as I said, I just want to be known as one of the top AI educators and consultants. I really feel like so much of my story has kind of all converged to this place. And I'm just really grateful and happy to be doing this. It feels like fun to me. It's like this creative outlet. Yeah. So 2026, your AI strategy. I want you to take this. It's not about using more AI. It's about using what you've got better. And that starts with getting clear on your strategy. All right. So let's do the AI confession booth. I definitely got swept up in the AI content hype in 2025. And there were moments, where I would be getting chat to write me something and I'd look at it and be like, oh my God, that sounds like nothing like me. Blah. So I am recommitting in 2026 to making sure that my voice stays my voice. So what that looks like is AI helping me brainstorm and iterate. The final product is mine. The ideas are mine. I'm not getting caught in this strategy chat loop. I don't know if you've had that. You're like, I'm just going to brainstorm this with chat. But then it's just it becomes this indecision loop. Don't do that. You're not another to-do for this week. I want you to audit how you're currently using AI, not to judge yourself, just to notice. So are you just using it like an app? So, you open it to do a thing, you close it. Is there lots of context switching? Or is it actually embedded into how your business runs? And ask yourself, if a client or employer asks me, how do I use AI? Could you give them an answer that would, impress them, or that you feel confident saying to them? Or would it just be like, for content and brainstorming and strategy and stuff? So that's your gap. And that's where the work is in 2026. So that's it for this episode. If this got you thinking about your AI strategy for 2026, send this to a business owner or friend who you think could use this as well. Here's to using AI better in 2026 and saying goodbye to AI slop. I will see you next time.